Continue this afternoon's press conference. We have head coach Pascal Jansen. If we have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Roberto.
Pascal, League's Cup is over. Now you got to focus on Philadelphia. You have to play this game without Fernandez Mercado, who's suspended. How do you replace him in the lineup?
I wish we could replace him with somebody with similar qualities, but that is simply impossible. Nico obviously is a very important player for us. But like it happens in the game, sometimes you get an injury or you get a suspension and you have to replace the player. And we think we have an adequate plan for tomorrow's game, and we'll see if it works tomorrow.
What was the lessons learned from League's Cup that you can apply towards Philadelphia? Especially, I guess, the losses between Cruz Azul and Necaxa.
Yeah, well, the second game against Cruz Azul was interesting. There's a lot going on during this game. But like I mentioned during the tournament, we always enjoy the intensity of these games because it looks like it brings out a little more than usual in these games. However, we have to be able to bring the same kind of intensity in our games in the MLS. So use those aspects of the Leagues Cup and try to benefit of it during your restart in the MLS is something that we're going to try and focus on. Philadelphia, however, is going to make us work for it as well, because since the change in coach and the restart after the World Cup break, we can definitely see that they have changed their game a little bit compared to the first part of the season and went back to their DNA, way more direct, first and second challenges, and a lot of set-piece game involved as well. And we have the benefit of playing against Philadelphia in the off-season, so we do have some experience with them, but it's going to be interesting tomorrow.
The injury situation for the team, it got exacerbated against Necaxa, but I don't know if those injuries are major or minor. When you lost Ojeda, you lost Wolf. To everybody else. So can you give us an update on what's going on health-wise?
The Ojeda situation was something that happened against Cruz Azul. If you go back to that game, he twisted his ankle, had to have some treatments, and is back on the roster for tomorrow's game. Hannes had a weird moment in training the other day and didn't make it for the third game in the Leagues Cup. Is not available for tomorrow's game, but it looks better going forward again. But he needs some attention. Raul Gustavo is back on the roster tomorrow, so that is a good one. The others are still the usuals. The Aussies are still out. Aiden is close. I think he'll need another 2 weeks or so before he's back in training with the team again. And then we have the usual suspects with long-term injuries, and they will be out for a longer period of time, as you guys know.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's pre-match press conference ahead of our MLS regular season match against Philadelphia Union. We have forward Dallas Magno. If we have any questions, please raise your hand. We're starting the room with Roberto.
Tell us, obviously, League's Cup didn't end the way you guys wanted it with a loss against Necaxa. Focusing on Philadelphia now, what is the mood in the locker room going towards that game?
¿Cómo se siente el camerino yendo al partido de la temporada regular después del League Cup?
Sí, nosotros nos quedamos malo no día, pero nosotros movemos la página e movemos também a cabeça, porque agora nosso foco é solamente na MLS e o que vamos buscar é mais vitória para nós outros chegarmos em los playoffs o mais forte possível.
We are just turning the page mentally, just preparing now for the MLS match coming up against Philadelphia, so we can be focused and be ready to be in a strong position going into playoffs.
Hablando de Filadelfia, es un equipo muy cambiado desde la primera vez que ustedes jugaron contra ellos. ¿Qué son las diferencias que ustedes han visto bajo el nuevo técnico?
La diferença é que eles estão jogando um pouco mais com a pelota em los pés, e no último partido que nós teníamos com eles, ele jogava muitas pelotas largas. Entonces, ahora nosotros tenemos que estar un poco más atentos porque ellos conseguem jogar em dois modos em lo mesmo partido. Pero nosotros estamos listos para jugar y allá ganar y poner muchos goles y hacer una buena partida.
Jugaron los últimos 3 partidos de local, entre comillas, en Sports Illustrated Stadium. Ahora vuelven a su casa habitual en Yankee Stadium. ¿Qué es la diferencia para ti poder volver a jugar a Yankee Stadium?
Yo creo que va a tener más fans en Yankee Stadium porque todos nosotros estamos acostumbrados a jugar allá. Pero nosotros vamos fuerte onde nosotros tenemos que jugar. Pero claro, cuando nosotros jugamos en Yankees, nosotros nos sentimos un poco más libre y mejor.
La última pregunta de mí, por mi parte. Nico Fernández Mercado está suspendido para este partido. ¿Qué cambia para ustedes no tenerlo a él en la cancha?
It's so difficult because he's top player our team today, right now. So, but he help every player to improve himself to do the best in the pit. So in this moment, he put confidence in every place. Then it's so hard, but we ready for do that.
Thank you.
Going on the translation quickly, so the questions were on thoughts on Philadelphia coming up and then the return of Yankee Stadium after playing some home games at Sports Illustrated Stadium. The difference between playing Philadelphia again this time around is that they play a little bit more with their feet, the ball at their feet, so just have to be alert on that sense. In the first match, they were playing a little bit more direct, some long balls, so they have the ability to do both, so we just have to be alert this time around facing Philadelphia because they have those two phases of their game. And in the return of Yankee Stadium, we're really excited to come back home. We know we'll have a lot of fans there because they're used to playing at home, and hopefully we give them a strong performance this weekend. On to the Zoom, we'll go with Glenn.
Hi, Tyler. How are you?
All right, I'm good.
Good. I wanted to ask you about the second half of the Necaxa game because we know about their goal and how it happened in the ensuing video review. But first half, it was a fairly comfortable, sometimes dominating performance. Second half, really not getting close to goal. And I know you didn't get in until later in the game, but what were your observations? What has the team talked about in terms of the second half and the lack of attacking production, let's say?
Fue el partido de dos tiempos. El primer tiempo teníamos bastante posesión, atacamos bastante y en el segundo tiempo no hubo tanto ataque. ¿Cuál fue la plática del equipo en el segundo tiempo?
I think hard games is that. Hard games is like that. The first half we have a lot balls, he have a lot chance, and in this game we need to kill the game. We need to score more goals because difficult games is like that. Sometimes we create too much, sometimes no. But I think for this game we need to score more goals in more chance we have it.
And then how is, I know it's, you have to transition and get past that game and now back into MLS in Philadelphia, but it happens quickly. How is the team responding to what happened and then in preparation for Philadelphia?
¿Cómo está cambiando el equipo mentalmente de Leagues Cup a la temporada regular de la MLS y cuál es la diferencia?
Sí, nosotros cambiamos la página, la Leagues Cup se quedou atrás, agora nosotros vamos pensar solamente en la MLS. Entonces, nosotros cambiamos la mente muy rápido porque sabemos de nuestra responsabilidad para ganhar más partidos, para ganhar más juegos, para marcar más goles. Entonces, cambiamos la mente o mais rápido possível porque necessitamos ganhar e responder a todos no próximo partido.
Our mentality has shifted a lot and very quickly from Leagues Cup to MLS. We know our responsibility to win a lot of games and score a lot of goals, and we're just focused on doing that and just changing the page quickly mentally.
And if I could ask you just one more, Tyler, the Leagues Cup and the specific teams that you played, did you sense or do you feel when you're on the pitch that there's a greater intensity level maybe than even some of the other MLS games that you play? Maybe just kind of compare and contrast playing against the Mexican teams versus playing against MLS teams in terms of the intensity and kind of how the two teams go at it.
Let's see.
I think the intensity is a different. The MLS games, they play more in the spaces, long ball, then more intensity, more strong players. Then Mexico teams play with the ball. The intensity is 1v1 all the time. So I think it's different games, but the intensity is higher both games.